All right, welcome back to the Georgia Farm Monitor. Let's get outside of the studio for just a bit. From forest management to food plots or just general information, the UGA Cooperative Extension for Wildlife Management Field Day here at Pope Plantation in Washington, Georgia had a little bit of everything. But despite the wide variety of topics, each one was carefully chosen. In fact, event coordinators tell me they went to great lengths in order to feature issues that affect participants the most.
You mentioned wildlife and people kind of flock to it. Everybody's interested in some kind of wildlife management, whether it be nuisance control or whether it be they just want to improve their habitat diversity because they want to see more and more animals on their property.
Farmers and ranchers are operating on economic decisions, and sometimes wildlife management they're not always aware of the ways that wildlife management can fit into that. So what we try to do is show them the economically beneficial ways to include wildlife management in the management of their landscape and their property. And more times than not, they're more receptive when they see that.
For this session, the agenda included talks on how to properly manage and develop a wildlife plan. Also, managing wildlife in a pine stand, and for food plots, knowing what to plant, when to plant, and the difference between attraction and supplementation. But rest assured, whenever the subject of wildlife is brought up, one topic that always seems to move to the forefront, especially in the South, is wild pig control.
Wild pigs are a problem no matter what you're doing, whether you're trying to manage for white-tailed deer, quail, whether you're a farmer or whatever. They're a problem. Even there's some parts of the country they're a big problem in suburban areas. So that one was kind of geared more to just give you the options out there to control them and what you should be doing to actually be effective at your control.
That's a joke I used to tell students at Mississippi State, was try to understand their language and negotiate a treaty with the hogs. I don't think that's going to happen. It's more just to get a laugh out of landowners.
But all joking aside, wild pigs are a major issue. In Texas alone, wild pig populations there cause an estimated $52 million a year in damage, prompting the state's ag commissioner to issue an emergency rule in February for the use of warfarin, a human blood thinner often used to kill rats and mice that would help in the attempt to decrease wild pig populations. But then in March, a state district judge issued a restraining order against the use of warfarin bait. Additionally, lawmakers lobbied for a bill calling for more testing, which passed through the Texas House and is now pending in the Senate. As far as the use of poison here in Georgia, probably not, according to Dr. McConnell.
I don't see Georgia getting into that after what happened in Texas. I think what we'll do, hopefully, is let the science guide our decision making. And the science right now, the best available science tells us that the best we can do right now is intensively trap at a large landscape scale and try to have the largest impact on the most acreage as possible. And that's about all we can do right now. And when more research comes out, hopefully we'll follow that.